And when you knock us down, we're going to get up. And on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off.
Go ahead and say it, Ed. Go Tigers!
When I woke up this morning, I was feeling pretty dangerous.
You like that? You like that?
F it. Jamar's down there somewhere.
The New Orleans Saints select Marcus Davenport.
No!
Splash Brothers. Yeah.
It's playoff. Keep going, Brace.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs.
If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
What is up, guys? Dirty Boot Sports, and we are back with another episode. This is a special, very, very, very special episode. Something we have been wanting, since the beginning of this pod, probably?
Yeah.
How long's Dennis Allen been the coach of the Saints?
This is his third year.
Third year. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, since Memorial Day 2022, we were ready. And the most joyful day I can remember since, I don't even know, 2019 playoffs when we made the conference championship.
You got hurt? Yeah.
Yeah. Since that day, it's been a long time coming, and Dennis Allen is gone. So we're going to label this under the home team pod. We're bringing it back for this. We're excited. Man, we got so much to talk about. It's a moment that, yeah, like I said, it's been long awaited. And I mean, what was it? I think the first year we did the pod, we did the breakdown of let's rebuild the Saints. And of course, in Saints fashion, we continued to push it off and push it off and push it off. And now we're here.
Here we are.
With what, negative 98 million in cap next year or something like that? I forget the number I saw.
I think 89.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
not 90. No.
Yeah, it's under 90.
Yeah. But yeah, we're here, excited. We got some things we want to talk about in terms of, I guess just what got us to this point, and where to go in the future. Because while this is step one, there's so many more steps to get us back to where we want to be. It's not like firing this coach and bringing in a new one is going to fix this team. There's a lot more problems, and there's some of them problems might not be able to be fixed unless there's a death, or as we've said, if Ty can just go sleep with Miss Gale, everything will be fixed.
Well, that might kill her.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, one way or the other. One way or the other. But yeah, let's get into this. Where do y'all even want to start? Peyton, I'm sure you have some comments.
I mean, it's something that we knew it was coming because I'm not really sure who liked the hire to begin with. And
the locker room.
I'm not even sure how much of the locker room, though. I think it was a couple of your big guys, like a Cam Jordan and DeMario. But, like, I saw where a couple of players were asked today, did Dennis Allen lose the locker room? One said yes, and the other one said, yeah, for like a long, long time ago. So, like,
I remember thinking back to when it happened. He certainly wasn't at the top of my list. I wanted him to stay around as a coordinator.
Yes,
but
he'll be hired one ASAP. I mean,
probably
he won't be at home.
Yeah, him and Salah both are going to be very, very top hires this offseason.
Absolutely.
But I do remember, I remember Cam Jordan being very vocal about it. I'm pretty sure, DeMario was part of that as well. So it kind of, and at that time, 3 years ago, when, with Sean Payton, we were like, a 500 team, 8 wins, somewhere around there.
With nobody. I mean,
yeah.
He was winning with everybody. I mean,
yeah. So you kind of, back then, you kind of expected maybe there's a chance. Like, maybe there's a chance that you keep him in and you don't feel as bad about the team as we do now. So you kind of understood it at the time, even though it wasn't what we wanted. It wasn't flashy. And I think the hiring of him and also keeping Pete Carmichael, that made it even worse. It made it even less exciting. But I don't really know. It seemed doomed to begin with. And what the saddest thing is like we're on the point that we're at now within the franchise 3 years after Sean Payton now. It seems like this next hire is almost going to be the exact same thing, where it's going to be a hire that is almost doomed to begin with, that they're just going to get here for maybe 2 to 3, maybe 4 years, and then they're gone. Just because of the state of the franchise.
Yeah, let me ask you this. We think that motto, okay? So do you just let this interim have a couple years and just let it be what it happens?
Just let him be a head coach just for the fun of it.
I mean, really,
save money.
I mean, I don't. Yeah, I mean, he obviously, in my opinion, what he said today about there's been a lot of things that need to be fixed for a long, long time and do the same as ever. Like, to me, that's a shot at Loomis. That's a shot at your front office, your organization, everything. That was a bold statement I thought he made today.
So that means he'll be gone.
I mean, I would think. I don't know how you can get away with that statement. Now, he is the one guy that I've always heard good about out of the staff. But I you go hire whoever we're going to talk about on our list here soon.
Yeah.
And 3 years from now, it's bad. Okay. You fire him. Okay. Who's going to want to come to us then? Other than a special teams coach kind of guy or somebody that just wants to be a head coach no matter what. I mean, it's almost going to be a bad precedent if you bring in somebody with some credentials that are good, that are up and coming, and he fails in 3 years and you fire him. You're not going – I mean, how are you going to get the next O'Connell at Minnesota or, whoever, that's hot right now?
Yeah, it's
how
hard.
Are you going to get that next person,
It's hard to think like a similar situation because even if you think like Carolina last year, hiring Canales, who was, one of the higher candidates, young offensive mind, fixed Baker, fixed Geno, like did all this. But he was going into year 2 Bryce Young, who, yes, had a bad year 1, but he's a number 1 overall draft pick. Like, at the end of the day, there was a future there. I mean, even the Raiders, that was a hiring event with Antonio Pierce. Like, it wasn't like they went out and got anything, flashy. I really can't think of a situation where you don't really have a quarterback for the future. Carr, you're just waiting on the contract to get to where you can leave it. Rattler, I don't think you haven't seen him obviously with the weapons or anything like that.
Or offensive line.
Yeah,
I mean,
but with the weapons now, Shaheed might not be himself next year. I mean, the meniscus, you never know, if that's going to affect his speed coming back. God knows what's wrong with Olave. The O-line, Ramchek's practically gone. Like, there's so many question marks. But Kamara's, he's part of the future, I guess. I mean, he signed his freaking deal. Which looks even weirder now.
The comparison I saw on Twitter was Shanahan going to San Francisco.
Yeah, and I tried thinking back to then.
Was it that bad at San Fran?
See, that's what I was wondering.
They compared it to there because he had to get a 6-year deal to start because it's going to be a lengthy rebuild.
So was that 2017?
I have no idea. It's been a while.
Him and Lynch were hired together, correct?
Yeah.
It was right after they lost the Super Bowl, the Falcons.
Yeah, 2017. Let me see.
Lynch was there before that, huh?
I don't know. Maybe. Lynch has been there since 2017. So they came in the same time.
Together.
Let me see if I can find Shanahan's or the San Fran the year before that roster, or about the roster that Shanahan inherited year 1.
Yeah, would that be like Kaepernick and them?
I'm about to see.
Or did Kaepernick play for that weird dude?
Draft, they got the number 2 pick, but traded back one with the Bears for Trubisky. They ended up drafting Solomon Thomas and then Reuben Foster. Starting lineup was Jimmy G, who was it year 2 and coming off the ACL. I think that's what it was, or maybe it was year 1. Let's see.
I feel like
Yeah, it was year 1. So they traded for Jimmy G in the offseason, I'm guessing? Or no, October 31st, 2017. So they traded for him midseason.
Shanahan.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know who the crap they started the year with at quarterback. CJ Beathard, maybe?
Owens.
I don't think Mullins was there yet.
I think Kaepernick. I mean, I think Shanahan drafted Mullins.
Yeah, I'm looking at who started week 1. They lost 23-3 to the Panthers. It was Brian Hoyer. There we go.
Oh,
Brian Hoyer.
Didn't realize.
Your week 1 stats were Brian Hoyer at quarterback, Carlos Hyde, Matt Breida at running back, Pierre Garcon, George Kittle, who was probably year 1, year 2, Marquise Goodwin, Trent Taylor, and Aldrick Robinson. So
I remember that team. Wow.
Yeah, that's your mighty 49ers. So yeah, pretty bad. Pretty bad. Now, yeah, they did go out and make the big splash for Jimmy G, which certainly worked. I mean, it was successful, got him to the Super Bowl and everything. So you can't really hate that move.
How were they such in a salary cap hole with that?
Maybe from the Patty Will, Navarro Bowman, because they made that was that 2013 that they made the Super Bowl.
Aldon Smith
to the Ravens. Yeah, Alex Smith.
Aaron Smith.
Alex Smith is the quarterback.
I'm talking about the offensive lineman or defensive tackle, white fella.
Justin.
That one.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, that defense was probably what had all the people, and then the early retirees, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, that was a bad roster week 1. Brian Hoyer, Carlos Hyde, Pierre Garcon, not great.
We got some guys that can retire for us.
Please, please. But yeah, let's get into this.
So that goes back to my original question, though. So you go try to get the young upcoming guy, and you
pay him out the butt.
Here's a 6-7 year deal. Them first 2 years, we're not holding it against you.
Yeah,
you just do whatever you need to do to get this roster ready in year 3.
And I think as long as that is a offensive minded guy, I think most Saints fans and like people in the fan base would be okay with it.
Yes,
as long as it's just not just offensive purgatory like it's been for the past 5 years. It's felt like.
I agree.
Yeah, like as long as we have something. Honestly, I look at New England right now with Drake May. Like they're losing, but you're watching something and you're watching an offense that you see the pieces a little bit. You're like, give it time. We'll suck for a couple years, but whenever it works, give it a couple years and it'll work out. Like I think that's something. And now obviously they have the backbone of 7 championships in the past 20 years, so that helps. But I think something like that. Yeah, absolutely.
They have not seen any life since Brady left.
Yeah, no, yeah. This is like that first step. They had playoff Mac Jones his rookie year, but no one really believed that. Yeah. So yeah, you really you look around the league and it's just you don't see many teams with as little hope as we have, and it's sad. It's sad. But yeah, I've got a list of 10 head coaches. I'm gonna read them off. We're gonna give a quick on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being I do not want this guy. 10 being I would love this guy. And you just quick give that number off, and then I'll read off the coaches, and give some quick thoughts on it as well if you want. Let's start it off with Mike Vrabel.
6.
Six was the number coming to my mind.
I'd go probably 7.
Yeah, 6, 7.
I think Vrabel would be great, but obviously you would have to have an offensive mind there still. You'd be maybe keep Slowick and not Slowick, Kuback, and then
Kubiak,
yeah, and then bring in Vrabel as your head coach, which I think certainly Vrabel's a better head coach than Dennis Allen.
Oh,
Now, yes, they're defensive guys, but I think Vrabel just has that vibe about him where he can just get the players to play their best.
Yes.
So I think that would be a positive step in the right direction, but honestly, he's probably out of our range.
Yes, he's had the success already where he can take a couple of years losing probably and be okay with it.
Yeah. He's just a football guy. I mean, the dude's out there is like a defensive analyst for the Browns just for the fun of it right now. Like he just wants
How's that
to.
go?
Yeah, exactly. They have the same amount of wins as the Saints,
There you go.
and the Patriots and the Titans. Everybody. But yeah, I think Vrabel would be a good hire. It's just it probably isn't happening. The second one, a similar guy that having a heck of a year this year, Brian Flores.
7.
6.
Yeah, I think I would go probably right about a 7 as well. There's not much difference in them, in my opinion.
No.
Vrabel's had more success personally. He had the conference championship appearance. Flores had bad Dolphins teams being 500, which is a positive, and he also was like, I do not want Tua, which seems like it's a good thing.
He saw the CT scans of his brain.
Yeah.
Or he predicted this.
I mean, he also he took a Minnesota team which hasn't had a defense in 20 years.
Supposed to be horrible.
Yeah, and now they're a legit defense, and it's very fun to watch. Also, just a guy that seems like he's always liked by his players. So I think you'd have another positive in that direction. But yet again, what's the offense?
I like those two guys. But what fears me the most, I would love those two guys if we still had a Drew Brees at quarterback or what, just
we had a good team.
But I don't trust them to rebuild it and go draft me a quarterback.
Yeah.
Those two. They just scare me.
Putting one of them in, let's say things go bad and he goes to Philadelphia. Like putting one of them in those situations, that's where they need to go. Yeah.
And that's probably where it's heading.
Yeah.
Because you listen to everybody today, it is very icy still in Philly.
Even though they just keep winning.
Kaepernick, Cal Hurd said it perfectly today about the stock market, like how it's. You have to listen to that clip. It was Uncle Cal just perfect on it. Like everything's going good. It seems to be going good, but it's really not. Basically.
Uncle
But yeah, those guys would be perfect in Philly.
Yeah. Let's see. The next one I got is Aaron Glenn, our Detroit Lions DC Saints legend. What's the fill-in?
3.
Peyton?
1. A freaking 1.
Oh no, he's going to be a finalist.
Oh yeah. He's a top 5 finalist in a lot of the betting odds.
Yeah. Yep. Now Aaron Glenn doing a good job in Detroit. Like that defense is playing really well. It didn't look great to start the year, but I mean, what they do yesterday to Green Bay, like I don't even know if Green Bay scored a touchdown until maybe the final minute. He's doing a good job with what he's got up there in Detroit, and I think he's definitely a part of that culture change. And you think back to that. What was it, the player survey or whatever, where it was like the most respected coaches or like the guy I want to play for, and he was like number 1 on the list in the league. So that's another aspect where with Dennis Allen, he got hired kind of by the sake of our players, but quickly it turned into we don't want to play for him. With Vrabel, Flores, Glenn, I don't know if we'd have that issue. They all seemed like they're well-liked guys.
But I think Glenn's well liked because he's a DC.
Yeah.
Just like DA was well liked as a DC.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it could change on him in a hurry if he gets that head coaching job.
And he's never had a head coaching job.
No.
But he's had a lot of interest the past couple years.
And our secondary sucked when he was in New Orleans.
Yeah.
It got better after he left.
Yep.
Well, they up their head, Detroit.
Yeah, yeah.
Do what?
There's a targeting penalty in Detroit every week, it feels like.
Week somebody's getting kicked out. It's awesome.
Well, that's Sean Payton teaching him the bounty gate.
Yeah, that's right.
He learned. Yeah.
Next one, going on the offensive side here, staying in-house, Clint Kubiak.
I would say a 5-2. I couldn't figure out why you just don't give him the interim now and see what you got when you got him in the house.
Yeah. And maybe that is to...
Unless you wanted to keep him at OC. Like
yeah.
you don't usually see a OC go interim, then go back to OC with a new coach coming in.
Another thing I was wondering is, like, if we would have given him interim, would there have been a chance that he just, like, doesn't sign as the head coach with us, it gets hired elsewhere in a better situation? He goes out there, he looks pretty good at head coach, playing, we got a good offense, and then, like, I don't know, Jacksonville calls, and he's like, yeah, I'd rather be there. Like,
yeah.
I wonder if it was kind of to hide him.
I'd rather be in Jacksonville, too.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think most people would
anywhere.
Be anywhere but New Orleans.
And Carolina.
Yeah, but Canales, I think he's going to be there another year at least.
Oh, he's got another year, but
yeah.
I don't know if that's going after that year is going to be there again though.
Yeah, I saw people saying next time Bryce is in the Superdome, he's getting a standing ovation because he got DA fired.
I'll give him one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was pushing for Kubiak to get the interim just to, hey, you got him in house. Let's see. Let him be his audition here. Let's see what we got in him.
Yeah,
I think he's so green still. You know, he just became a coordinator this year,
right?
And it hasn't been it hasn't been the best. I'm gonna say it hasn't been the best since that week 2, where yes, there was so many injuries that have happened since then, but still, it just hasn't. It hasn't been what we thought it was early September. Next one, I think I know the answer everybody's going to have for this. Ben Johnson.
It's not happening. Next.
Not happening, but if it was,
I will say on the last betting odds that I saw before we started this, he was number 2 on the betting list.
I mean, bring him in. It would be the best hire possible.
He feels like he's going to Chicago.
Yeah. Everybody says he wants Chicago.
And he's going to get that job.
As he should.
That job's going to be available.
I would love to see the in-division matchup like between him and Detroit. That'd be fun.
Did y'all just see that?
Yeah, who plays that?
Hopkins.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I was trying to figure out who that was.
He's been catching balls the whole game.
I make a play on the ball.
Holy cow.
Watch him. He waits for it like they catch a damn basket. Look, what are you doing, Winfield? Go make a play.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Fun fact, he played with Max Martinez in high school.
DeAndre Hopkins?
No, Winfield.
Oh, interesting. Where?
The Woodlands.
Oh. Next one we got Louisiana connection here, Joe Brady.
He was number 1 on the betting odds in the one I saw today.
It's going to take somebody like that.
And that is someone where, yeah, he's done a good job in Buffalo, but it's not to the level of like a Ben Johnson where it's like everyone in the world knows him and wants him. He's kind of been underrated his entire NFL career. In Carolina, he did a good job, pushed him out the door. Like it felt like they've never really given him a fair chance. And then, he went to Buffalo to be the QB coach, right?
Quarterback coach, that's right.
Yeah. And then after the OC sucked and moved him in, offense changed for the better. So
Like,
maybe this is
last year?
huh?
Like the OC got fired mid-season last year.
Yeah.
This is his first full year as an OC.
Mm-hmm.
In NFL.
And they're doing good.
Because he wasn't your full OC at LSU either.
Yeah,
Like,
technically.
This is his first OC job.
Carolina.
Was he OC in Carolina?
Yeah, he was OC.
Okay.
He was OC in Carolina. That's right. I'm sorry. Yeah.
But yeah, at the end of the day, though, it's never felt like he's had a real chance for like an NFL head coaching job. And this would, I don't really see him being like above any of these guys we've mentioned besides Kubiak. Like, I don't see him being above Vrabel, Flores, Ben. Like, I think, and then obviously we got a couple more that I'm going to mention that'll probably be above him as well. So he's one of them guys that would be a little bit down the list, but does have that like high level potential of it could be a very, very good hire if you give him the time.
I'd say 8.
That was my number. 8.
Yeah. I'd probably be 7 or 8 as well.
They're winning football games in multiple ways too. You can't just say it's Josh Allen.
Yeah,
like it's all in place how they're winning games.
Peyton, you might would know a little bit more than us, given the LSU and everything. What is he like as like a leader, or is he just one of them like weird offensive minds?
He didn't have to be that at LSU.
Yeah,
because Ensminger was that.
Because he seems like he's a very quiet guy.
He's a very quiet and just like film junkie. Like,
so maybe on the lines of Mike McDaniel.
Yeah. Yes. He wasn't. The reason he didn't stay in college is because he hated recruiting. Not necessarily he hated like going to see players and stuff like that. He said, "I'd rather just be in an office watching film all day." Like
football
that's
guy.
what. He's an NFL guy. Right?
Like
football guy.
Yeah, that's what he said. I'd rather, instead of being on a plane going to all these random places recruiting, I'd rather just be in my office with a remote in my hand watching film.
Football guy. Love it.
Yeah. So, I mean, so he never really had to be a leader per se because of you had Ensminger and you had Aranda. You had some coordinators that with experience and been there for a while and established. So he was basically just, let me be the fun guy designing plays and working with receivers, because that's when your receiving core got so much better over the summer because he worked extra with them to get them better. So
it makes you wonder if he even wants it.
I mean, like, it does because, like, why would he leave where he's at right now other than the fact that, I mean, your head coach, which they just signed him to that contract extension, so I guess he ain't going to be fired. If they don't
doing too good to fire him.
So, I mean, he could sit there and ride that out for a couple more years.
Yeah.
If he wanted.
And at that point, why leave for the Saints? Why leave Josh Allen? Why be like Bieniemy and leave Patrick Mahomes? Like,
please, why? Yes.
Yeah. So might as well just sit there and be with one of the best quarterbacks in football.
And I think that's what he's going to do. I don't see him taking that job. He seems like the type of guy too that probably realizes he's not ready for that job yet. But
he's probably honest with himself.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, when Carolina let him go, he was like, I got a lot to learn, and he didn't say I wasn't ready for the job, but it was like you could tell he felt like he needed to learn more before be ready for that job.
Yeah,
because I remember when he got the Buffalo job, he was saying, "I'm more prepared and ready for this position now." So,
and if he played his cards correctly, he could get that job.
That's true, very true.
But they just keep winning. So
it seems I think he has a good connection with Josh.
Yes,
I think Josh was like vocal about him and everything whenever they fired the OC.
They all like him.
Yeah.
Burrow was high on him.
Yeah. Next name we got is Zach Robinson from Atlanta, offensive coordinator. He's been in a room with Sean McVay, so that's a positive. Guy that we wanted to be the OC for the Saints this year, but he chose Atlanta over us. Yeah, what are we thinking there?
I feel like Atlanta's offense did pretty good this year.
I'd say 8 right there with Brady.
Yeah, 7, 8. I'm good with that.
He'd probably be a little bit more equipped to be the head coach now than Brady would be.
That's what I was saying. He's more realistic, I feel like, than Brady.
Mm-hmm. I would like this as well. I'd say probably an 8. One of my favorite, if not my favorite so far, outside of Ben Johnson, which just isn't going to happen. Yeah, dude. Yeah, because like I said, I thought he was going to be a good hire for us as the OC, but then he chose Atlanta, and Atlanta's offense has been fine. It took a couple weeks for Kirk to get settled and everything back from the injury. Yeah, but the offense has looked fine. He's utilizing Bijan in a fine way, I think, and could do some work with Kamara. I mean, we were excited for him to be in the offense, and it just got taken away from us. Rightfully so. He made the right decision, even though he could be an interim right now if he was here. But yeah, this is one that I would really like to see.
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with that one.
Yeah,
and that feels more on the lines of probably where we're heading.
Mm-hmm.
And it also helped that, I mean, did we interview him last year for the OC job?
Yeah,
I think so.
So I mean, they've got that interview with him already, so they know what he is, what he's made of. So that helps. And okay, he's shown. Look what he's doing in Atlanta. It's working.
Yeah.
So,
and he's a McVay guy. We're begging to get into that tree.
Please. He peed in the same urinal as McVay.
That's right. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Next one, Bill Belichick.
God, no.
0.
0.5.
Bring DA.
Bring back DA. No, never.
The last thing I want is the Patriot way coming down to Bourbon Street.
I mean, I wouldn't mind looking at his girlfriend every now and then. That'd be a good, not a bad
That's
look.
True. That's true.
Belichick's going to be at Jacksonville. You can mark that down.
Yeah. I could definitely see that happening.
That's happening. That's an owner there that doesn't really care. That just will let him have the reins and do whatever he wants. And he's got a quarterback that he probably feels like he can do good with. Like Jacksonville, good weather. Let his girl go lay out by the beach.
Mac Jones is the backup.
Mac's the backup. I mean, like Jacksonville feels like their answer to me. It really does. And good personnel at different positions. And a defense that feels like they just needs to.
It doesn't make sense they're not winning.
No, at all.
Don't make sense. I don't understand it.
No, I Belichick would have them turned around probably in year 1.
Yeah. Next one, a little bit of a sleeper, but a name I've seen a lot today on Twitter. We got Liam Cohen, who the Bucs OC, another McVay guy. He's the guy that was with McVay, then went to Kentucky to try to prove his own, and then went back to McVay to be the OC, and then now he's in or was he in LA to be the QB coach, something like that.
I think I just saw on TV that he came from Kentucky.
Yeah. He was with the Rams, then he went to Kentucky, then he went to the Rams again.
To the Rams, that's right.
And then he went to Tampa Bay this past offseason, doing a pretty good job there. Obviously, they have injuries and stuff the past couple weeks, so it's been not as good as it should have been.
7?
Yeah, I think it's a good option. He's done well everywhere he went. Even at Kentucky, it was fine. Like it wasn't obviously anything crazy, but he's a McVay guy as well. Something that I think I would rather lean into the McVay side than the Shanahan side.
Yeah, McVay to me is a different level when it comes to the coaching tree, in my opinion.
And you get the LaFleurs, you get the O'Connells. While with the Shanahan tree, you've got McDaniel, who some people are still questionable of, and then who else is even out of that? Salah's been fired. Who, Chance?
I said rightfully so.
Yeah, D'Amico's in that, but D'Amico just felt like he was going to work regardless. Yeah, I think it'd be a good hire, but we'll see if that happens. But this is also one that if we were to go the route of a 6-year Shanahan-esque deal, this is the kind of guy I think we would give it to. Someone that's kind of under the radar and doesn't really have the hype as others. And then you're like, hey, we'll give you a head coaching job for half a decade. You get stability, you get a lot of money, you get full reins of a team. So that's the kind of guy I think it could work with. And then our last one we've got is Cliff Kingsbury.
No, and he's exactly where he needs to be at right now.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to be an OC. He needs to have a quarterback like that, and he needs to be in a city like he's at. He doesn't need to be in New Orleans. That wouldn't work well for him, I don't think. 1. 2, I just don't think he's a coach.
Yeah, I don't think so either. He's just an offensive mind.
I mean, that would be like I'm not going to say there wouldn't be some slight of excitement just because it's the what if. Like if it did work out, it could work out really good.
Yeah.
But I also could see it going bad, which I guess we wouldn't be too mad about it if it went bad. But a 5.
Yeah, he's one where it could be that 3-year deal where we kind of are going through the dog days, but at the same time, it's a much more watchable dog days and one that you kind of get excited about because even with him in Arizona, yeah, things didn't go great, but Kyler was hurt. There honestly wasn't much of a supporting cast.
Which concerns me, though, because that's some on him.
About bringing in players and everything?
That concerns me. Because when he left, there wasn't a lot of pieces that I liked there.
Yeah. And I mean, now they're doing a better job, but still, it's really not a lot. I mean, it's been the Marvin Harrison was the biggest addition. Outside of that, there's just really not much there in the offense. So maybe it's an Arizona issue instead of a.
Impossibly. I mean, I really didn't think he would look this good this early at Washington.
Mm-hmm.
But that's proved me wrong. Because he never really impressed me
Texas
in college. He was just always that young, upcoming guy, he
wasn't on the level of Lincoln Riley.
No, not even close.
At all. No.
So I mean, I think he needs to stay where he's at right now.
Yeah,
I think that's just a good spot. Now, there's one more name, and I just went blank on it, that I have been seeing multiple times. It's the OC at Houston. Slovic, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that name pop up a few
that's
times.
One last year. He was very, very popular. People thought he was going to Tennessee until they got Callahan. But I feel like his hype's kind of died down this year.
Well, because their offense has not been hot.
Yeah, it's not been hot, but also, I mean, Nico got hurt.
Yeah.
Diggs, now after the year. Mixon was banged up after week 2. So, yeah, there's been issues. Offensive line, they've lost like 3 starters there. And it just also, I think some of the hype from that last year, the Texans' offense wasn't great for like the first 10 weeks, but Stroud kind of got hot towards the end. I mean, even Stroud's numbers, I think he only had like 23 touchdowns last year. Like it wasn't like he went out there and threw for 35 touchdowns his rookie year. It was a really good rookie season, but he never really put out the numbers like that just blow you away when you look at them. So I think it's kind of just like he's flying under the radar a little bit. But he would definitely be one that I would be excited about because he's done a good job with the Texans. I mean, even with their issues this year, the offense is still much more exciting than what the Saints have.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me hold on just a second. There was this list that I saw. I think it was sportsbetting.com put out. There was a name on there I didn't know. And if I did know, I just don't know. Oh, Wes Phillips. Who is that?
Is that Wade's boy?
Is that?
I mean, he was
Wade's boy.
He was 7th on this list.
Wes Phillips. Vikings OC.
He ain't doing nothing.
O'Connell. He's just riding O'Connell's shirt.
It's being me all over again.
He's been a McVay guy.
He's been with McVay.
2014 tight ends coach for the Redskins.
Right, 8. Oh,
he's in the original clan then.
Yeah,
he was with Jay Gruden, baby.
Yeah.
2014 to 2018 tight ends coach for the Redskins. 2019 to 2020 tight ends coach for the Rams. And then he became the passing game coordinator. And then he's been Vikings OC for the past 3 years.
Wow.
And he's Wade's son.
Hey.
Well, that's crazy. Well, I'm going to read this list out, and I'll give you the odds on this that Sports Betting put out probably about an hour ago. Joe Brady was number 1 at 3-1. Ben Johnson was 2 at 4-1. Todd Monken was 6-1.
Todd Monken, I forgot about
Monken.
I don't want him.
Aaron Glenn was 7-1. Vrabel was 9-1. Wes Phillips was 9-1. Darren Rizzi was 10-1. And Bobby Slovic was 12-1. That was your top 10 there.
We're totally liable just to keep the Rizzi guy. That's the most sad thing in the world.
I'm telling you, they go out there and win, I don't know, 4 out of the next 3, or how many games we got left? 8 games left. 4 out of the next 3 or something like that. Or I'm sorry, 4 out of the next 3. 4 out of the next 4 or, 5 out of the next 3. Don't be surprised if you don't keep them.
Yeah.
And it's not because they think it's the real future. It's just they know
they can deal with
it. Are coming even worse the next 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. That honestly might be a sign. That might be a sign that we are leaning. What'd you say, Chance?
Buddy of mine said that we just got to get to 2026.
Yep. Yay.
Just got to get there.
But this is my thing. Say you go 3-14, okay? You win maybe 1 or 2 more ball games. And you get a top 3 pick. For some reason, say Shador don't get picked number 1 overall. He falls in your lap. You draft him. He comes out, looks good. Yeah, your cap's bad, but when you're paying that rookie contract at quarterback, you can make that cap look a lot better at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And in 2 years, you might could have something. Because it's not like we don't have any pieces. We have some pieces, on the roster.
Who's he going to throw the ball to? Olave died yesterday.
I mean, you probably use some draft capital on some receivers.
Gonna have to, and a running back.
Kamara's there. Kamara's a Saint for life.
Kamara's about to be 30.
Yeah,
and
but
he gets
he's
free
locked
beer.
in.
He gets free beer the rest of his life.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, and Kendrick Miller, DA's gone now. He might play better now.
Yeah, maybe. But he's on the IR again, I think.
He is. Same injury. same hamstring. Hamstring since day 1 of training camp. It's like Michael Thomas's toe all over again.
Yep. Hey, maybe Mike's coming back.
Hey, thoughts and prayers with Michael Thomas.
That's what you call CT, right? I mean,
hey, he's got it.
Bring him back though. Let him catch the balls.
He's got CT.
He can have 100 catches by the end of Christmas.
If his toe will hold up.
There's no one else.
Yeah. But
wide receiver 1 now is Mason Tipton.
I mean, but I guess that's just kind of my thought. Like, it sucks because I don't want to just crap away these next 2 years, but I guess it just depends how you finish the year out. Really how you make the move.
How high the draft pick goes.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but like, why? I don't know. I mean, why are you not trading a couple of these guys that you know is not in your future?
Because we're the Saints.
Even if yeah, I guess.
Cam Jordan should be gone.
There's no reason for him to be there still.
Cam Jordan hasn't had a sack in 16 games. I saw that today.
Yeah.
Cam Jordan's not gonna go because he just wants to retire. I mean, they're not gonna move on him. But I mean, I'm all for moving on Young, and he'll give you he could give you a third round pick back for you.
Send him to Detroit. Detroit's looking for pass rushers.
That's the one that makes zero sense to me. Why wouldn't you, Detroit?
Yeah.
I mean, what's the third for your roster right now? What's the third round pick? Nothing.
Yeah. Marshawn, send him out.
Man, that Kansas City talk's still hot.
The Badger feels like he's in a situation where he's already got his ring and he kind of just wants to be in New Orleans.
Finish in New Orleans. Yeah.
So and you can't blame him for that. But if someone calls and needs a safety, send them.
Well, I think with KC playing tonight, I think that's why the Lattimore didn't happen today. Yeah. I think it happens in the morning.
Oh.
There's just too much smoke in that trade. I mean, it's still being talked about. And there's no reason why to keep Lattimore. None.
Yeah.
None.
Yeah. But really outside of them, Lattimore, Jordan, Tyron, DeMario maybe? Is DeMario healthy?
Always healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, he never gets hurt. Was that his first ever? Was that his first game ever to miss with the injury a couple weeks ago?
I think so.
In his career.
Yeah.
I mean, he played well yesterday.
I guess you could put him in the trade talks maybe, but I doubt it. I would love to see him play for a contender.
I would love that. I would pull for whatever team he got traded for.
Yeah.
I would love that because there's nothing more than I love watching that dude play football.
Mm-hmm.
And he's given it his all for 4 or 5 years for us now.
Yeah, the man he was in the dog days of Cleveland, and then he comes to New Orleans hoping that it's going to be good, and here we are.
Cleveland.
What?
I forgot he was in Cleveland. I thought it was just New York.
So yeah, what is the trade deadline? We kind of just listed the guys. What's the hope for the rest of the year? Do we want to suck as bad as we can?
I mean, you don't want. Yeah, you don't want them to win.
Yeah,
because at worst they win us. They get us they win 4 games out of the next 8, and then you're in the same draft position you've been for the last 5 years.
So the next question there is like, do you keep throwing Carr back out there, or do you try to go with Rattler again? But also, if you're doing the Rattler thing, do you want to throw him out there with no receivers and no O-line and continue just like hurting his confidence?
Hurt him down. I mean, to be honest with you, and I know he didn't have, and I was a Rattler fan, he just didn't show a lot to me.
Yeah.
I mean,
even with the situation he was in, nothing really flashed.
No, nothing.
Drake May's showing flashes in New England.
Yeah.
Like obviously it's a much different talent set as a number 2 pick compared to a 4th, but
that's right.
Still, Drake May's showing you promise. Will Levis showed you promise last year with the Titans. Now, yeah, it obviously didn't pan out, but
the game looked too fast for Rattler. It looked like he was seeing ghosts out there, man. Yeah. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't. It's a question I don't have an answer for because I don't know what you do.
Yeah.
If you want to lose, yeah, you throw Rattler out there. But I hate to do that to his career.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean,
I think we lose with Carr.
That's the thing. We probably do, just because
we won with them.
There's nothing else.
I mean,
yeah. I mean, whoever you put out there with that receiving core is going to be rough.
Exactly.
I mean, that receiving core, there's no separation. There's no. I mean, it's not good.
They ain't about to perform miracles. So.
No.
And then last thing, I guess, looking towards the draft, any high hopes or like anything that you're looking towards or wanting to happen in terms of like a possibility at the beginning? Do we want to go quarterback? What do we feel Shador? Do you want to address?
I don't think. I mean,
to
be
address
honest,
other options like.
Yeah. I mean, do you go get Will Campbell?
It's not the flashy pick, which is the Saints' way. So
I mean, we just drafted a tackle last year.
I know, but I mean,
Campbell would lock down the position for 10 years.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, like, and we're not
What
looking
do you
to
do with Fuaga?
I'm not sure you don't kick Fuaga back to right tackle where he was originally graded as anyway.
Assuming Ramchek's done.
Yeah, and I think
Gotta
he
be.
is.
And the Penning experiment's over.
I mean, and Penning hasn't looked bad at right tackle. But I mean, I would feel you get Fuaga at right and Campbell at left. Okay, we've got that position locked down for 10 years now.
Yeah.
I mean, you can start building around them too as your building block.
And you look otherwise, other top guys like Will Johnson from Michigan at cornerback, we don't really need that.
We don't need that. That's right.
I mean, if you fall to like the 5-ish range, that's when Genty's probably going to start getting mentioned from Boise State. We don't need a running back.
Don't.
Wide receivers, maybe. You got McMillan and Burden.
Who's the love at receiver this year, though? Like that just won't. I don't have any that just jump out to me.
No, I think McMillan from Arizona is probably the best.
Yeah,
and I think just in a better situation, he would look a lot better. But yeah, it's certainly not a Neighbors, Odunze, Harrison, Thomas, none of them.
None of them.
A weak draft.
It is. It's
for us to finally be doing horrible.
Literally.
Now, there is. I know this doesn't sound exciting or flashy either. Isn't there a D tackle out of Michigan that's
Mason Graham, I believe is his name?
I mean, it's a position of need for sure.
Yeah.
Put him beside Breesy, and you kind of have a core there at least. That whoever we draft, I want them to be paired with somebody we already had that's young, and just have that position's set for 5-8 years. I mean,
yeah, and even if we're in a situation where we could draft like a Shador, I don't really know if I don't know if like a trade back situation for another team would even be that much capital this year. You know, like last year when people were talking about
the quarterback.
Yeah, like New England trading back or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't think that they're gonna get that much this year. And as it goes for Shador, after him, I don't really think there's a quarterback I want to touch.
I don't think there is either.
I think Shador is going to be good, and I think it has a lot more to do than just his name. And how big of a factor is the off the field stuff going to be? Maybe
massive,
probably
massive.
But hey, at the end of the day, our franchise is going to suck the next 2 years at least, so might as well have some fun, right?
Well, I'm just afraid of his attitude when you are sucking.
When you're losing? Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm afraid that ain't going to go well in a locker room when it's all about me, flashing, and you're getting pounded every week.
I do think the prime aspect is getting a little bit over-talked in terms of the NFL. I don't think prime's going to be an issue. I think it's going to just be Shador himself being an issue.
That's right. I agree.
I think he's going to be more of an issue. People are saying like, oh, if you get Shador, prime's going to be there, or prime's going to be doing this. What's LeVar Ball doing in the NBA for LaMelo and Lonzo? Like LeVar Ball ain't been an issue once he got there. Like I don't really see that being that big of an issue.
I don't think Prime's going to take. He's not going to want the head job wherever Son's at.
No, and no one's going to give that to them.
No, I don't.
Also, we didn't mention Travis Hunter somehow. I would draft him just for the freaking fun of it. Who cares?
I just don't know where you're playing him at.
Yeah, but hey, we got 2 years to figure it out.
I mean, we don't need. Yeah, I mean,
we don't need a corner. So
no, I'm good at trying it.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm perfectly fine.
Maybe us not needing a corner would give him the ability to slide in as like that fourth
try receiver,
but then also be that number 3 receiver behind hopefully Olave and Shaheed.
Yeah,
like using him as the fourth corner with Taylor, Kool-Aid, and Adebo, and then him being wide receiver 3 with Shaheed and Olave.
And that I'm okay with Travis Hunter. I kind of forgot about him too.
Yeah.
Because I think he's going to go play ball.
Yeah.
I mean, I have no. He's
not going to be an off the field guy. I don't think everything about him seems awesome. Honestly.
Yeah, I'm good with that, and that might be the position we fall at where he'll fall at.
Yeah.
Really, 3-4 range.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I don't think he's going to be number 1.
No. And I'm just telling you, I don't see us. I think they would draft a tackle before they would him at number 1.
Yeah.
If there's a team that's there that doesn't need a quarterback.
Yeah. Everybody keeps saying Shador's going to Vegas.
And it feels right.
And everyone's also saying Pierce is done after the year, so I don't know who they would hire as the OC, as the head coach.
An OC somewhere we just named one of those guys. I mean, him in Vegas feels right. It's scary. I don't know if I'd want that.
Yeah,
him in Vegas.
Did y'all see the video today?
Yes, about registration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I ain't gonna lie, I'd have said the same thing.
Yeah. If I was in his situation, I'd be saying it too.
What's he registered for? Like, I mean, he ain't going. I know, but he ain't. I mean,
no.
I would love to know how many classes he's been to.
Isn't he like in graduate school or something? Apparently. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, let someone tell Will Campbell registration's coming up. He'll probably say the same thing.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah.
My guns are registered.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'm going hunting between now and the draft.
Yeah, I'm already registered to vote for Trump. Yeah.
Yeah. No doubt. No, I mean, I do. I'm either you go a tackle, D tackle, or Travis Hunter.
I would throw Shador in that as well.
I just don't know if I just don't know if we'll have the chance to.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to be a 1 or 2 pick.
Yeah.
We're going to screw ourselves and win 3 games.
Oh yeah, we're going to be like we're going to be like the 11th pick.
Yeah.
All this is stupid.
Yeah, I see it.
We're gonna get Emory Jones.
Yeah, I mean, right. I see us at that probably 6th to 7th pick spot.
Just enough to where you can't get the top at any position.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Story of our life.
I mean, so they're thinking the Boise State kid's going to really go that high?
I'm seeing him at least top 15.
Top 15.
Running back. Wow.
And it happens every couple of years. Bijan just had it happen. What was he, 8, I think?
Yeah.
And see, I don't see him being better than Bijan.
He's a freak.
He's great. Yeah. He's a freak. But like
also, Bijan, I don't think we've seen Bijan fully unleashed yet.
No,
they're still using him in a weird way. It's like they're just kind of holding him back.
It's like they don't want him to run him into the wall early.
Yeah, but I could see Genty being better than him and kind of on par with like what Saquon was in terms of like rookie of the year kind of guy.
Yeah, I'm sitting here thinking about what we were just talking about. You're about to have teams like a Jacksonville, a Dallas, who's not drafting a quarterback, a New England who's not drafting a quarterback, Help me out here. Am I thinking of somebody that's obvious?
The Browns, maybe
Browns.
they are,
I think they will. I really do.
but Shador's not going to Cleveland.
Shador's not going to Cleveland. No, but what I'm saying is like Shador to Vegas because they're not going to win much.
Here's the 2-win teams: Saints, Panthers. Panthers maybe draft a quarterback. I don't know. Probably not.
Depends on what Bryce does between now and the end of the year.
Yeah. The Giants. I don't know if they can. Just given the financial commitment to Danny, they should. But
well, it was a 4-year deal with Danny got.
Yeah, I think this is like year 1 or 2.
We're on year 2 of it though.
Yeah.
So you draft one.
Let him sit.
I guarantee after year 3, there might be a way they can finagle their way out of that deal. So, and Dayball wants one. So
Patriots, not happening.
Not happening.
Raiders, yeah. Jags, can't. Dolphins, probably can't.
Not happening.
Titans, yeah.
Yeah.
Browns, you would hope. And then the Saints. And then the 3-win teams would be Dallas and the Jets. So probably no to both of those.
Well, no, and Dak's out, so they're about to keep losing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're losing with him anyway.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're looking at just 3 teams, 4 teams that are going to draft a quarterback?
Yeah.
So,
but after Shador, I mean, who's even your 2? Carson Beck sucks. Quinn Ewers ain't looked great.
Ewers was healthy. I think that his injuries hurt him this year. Because I did like Ewers as a prospect.
Mm-hmm.
Nuts. I don't. I mean, we laugh
if he goes out.
If he goes on a run in November, or even if he just goes out, he's going to blow people away at the combine and stuff. I mean, he would be one of my top 3 in this draft if he goes out.
Yeah. Just based on the potential.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a project. He's not going to be your. But I mean, go do a Jordan Love and let him sit for a couple of years, and I promise you, you're going to like what you got.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's such. If this was a last year's draft, I would love our situation right now with all the quarterbacks this year. But
absolutely,
we're screwed.
We're always a year late.
Yeah. But that goes back to just draft somebody at a position of need that can be a cornerstone for 10 years.
Absolutely. All right. Anything else with this? I think we hit all the high points. Wednesday. We're talking about them Tigers.
Them Tigers. Who does Saban pick on game day in Baton Rouge Saturday?
Oh God. Can he? Does he just abstain?
That's going to be interesting.
It is.
Really? Who's the guest picker? What's your guess?
Ooh.
Are you going to decide Wednesday?
Let me decide Wednesday on that.
Are the Bengals on a bye?
No, I don't think they are.
Are the Vikings on a bye?
Bengals play Thursday night. Oh.
There it is.
Who?
Bengals play Thursday night.
Oh, they are. Yeah. The bye teams are Browns, Packers, Raiders, Seahawks. We ain't got nothing on any of them. Jetta's plays Sunday.
It's Burrow.
Burrow on Thursday?
Or Chase.
Burrow, Chase. It might be both of them, but Burrow's coming. That's the guest pick. I didn't think about that.
Gotta be.
Yeah, gotta be. It's Burrow. 100%.
Or can they just fly down Burrow, Chase, Derrick Henry? Who else is in this matchup? Just fly them all down.
Yeah, I didn't think about them playing on Thursday night.
That'd be it then.
That's it.
That'd be awesome.
I don't even know. Yeah, that would be phenomenal, actually. Because game day hasn't been there since Burrow was playing.
2019. It's insane.
Yeah. That's a perfect matchup, man. That'd be awesome. Now we got to keep this tropical storm out of the state.
Yeah.
Freak.
Up to hit Friday.
I know. Let's hope it's out of here by Saturday. I don't want to kill the vibe, man.
Yep.
It's gonna be rocking down there.
All right. Well, who dat?
Who dat? Finally, we can
Finally.
celebrate.
Who dat gonna?
After
Who
3
dat
years.
say they gonna beat them Saints?
Hopefully, everybody.
3 years.
Everybody.
3 years, guys.
Yeah.
And guys, I want to make one point. It's sad is we've sat here and we used to we had like consecutive division win titles. You know, we had the Russian defense record for the longest. Like we were actually a franchise that was setting things like that.
We were
now
a record-setting offense every year.
Yeah. Like, I mean, and now look where we're at, man. Like, I hope we can.
We're rooting and making special podcasts because our head coach got fired, and we're happy.
And it's happy.
And we've been. It's something we've wanted for 2 years. Yeah, like we've been begging for this moment.
Begging.
Hey, real quick. Who's going to win the election?
Trump.
Clay, what's your guess?
I don't know, man. The freaking things say Harris, but I thought it was Trump. I don't know.
I'm thinking Kamala. That's what I'm thinking.
Thinking Trump will do it.
I just want to watch football. Give me a Tuesday night game. We got any tomorrow? No, it's November. Those are gone, huh?
They're already gone?
I think those only happen in October, the CUSA games.
No. We're in that streak now where we got games for so many.
Oh, never mind. We got it's Maction time. Maction November. Bowling Green, Central Michigan, and Miami, Ohio, Ball State. Give it to me.
Wow.
Who needs an election when you got Bowling Green and the best tight end in the nation? So,
wow.
There we go.
All right. Lattimore traded or not tomorrow?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
We're the Saints.
Okay. I'm going to say yes.
All right. If he's traded, the franchise is back on. Highest point we've had. Highest point since 2009.
And what do you get for him?
A third.
I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that.
Might as well. Now,
give it to him.
A year and a half ago, a first.
I know.
But here we are.
I think there's a reason why he didn't play yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't think he was hurt.
Hopefully he's out of here.
Yep.
All right. Time to watch the Baker Show.
That's right. Who dat?
Who dat?
This ain't how it's supposed to be. It should be just you and me.